Lord, may you please guide us through this podcast. May you bless us with some great answers, some great questions. And please protect my brother right here through all his endeavors. We love you, Lord. Please guide us. In Jesus' name, Amen.
Amen.
Let's go.
We're here. It's the first episode of Connect the Dots podcast. It's a very special episode. We are going to be featuring Tracy Morgan as well as Devin Haney, two kind of strange people to put in the same room, but not really when you learn how much Tracy is a big boxing fan. We talk about a lot of things this episode. It was very camp. It was very fun. Essentially, we got to go over to Tracy's gorgeous mansion, giant mansion, very impressive and intimidating mansion. And we got to talk to them about life, about sports, about competition, staying focused, what it is that drives them, what it is that helps them be the best that they can be, what they draw inspiration from. And it was both a very inspirational but confounding experience. Between all the talk of very serious topics, like what we need to find focus and better ourselves, there's also a lot of humor. There's also a lot of camp. He has sharks. Okay, Tracy has sharks. Also, if I'm not mistaken, there was also a killer snail. And I don't know if we got this on camera, but he also has a lion. I don't know if it's taxidermy, but I do remember the balls were still attached. But yeah, it was wild. It was very Tracy. You never really know what you're getting into with Tracy. He has so much to offer, and he has a lot of things that he would like to say. So we were more than happy to give him some space to speak his truth, baby. Admittedly, I was incredibly intimidated by the entire situation. I wish I would have talked more. Tracy was there to give us words of wisdom throughout the night, so we were never lacking in conversation. I will say that. It was also great to get these two people who are completely different, industries. One is sports, one is a comedian, actor, but Tracy does have such a love for boxing, and Devin is the most prolific boxer currently, so it was kind of a no-brainer when you know those two things to bring them together. They're also very contrasting personalities. Devin's quite soft-spoken and chill. His dad also came and talked a bit, so that was interesting to get all these different perspectives about how they encourage and inspire each other from their respective backgrounds, and how everyone ended up in the same room for some reason. It was very wild. So if you would like to check that out, sit back, relax, and welcome to Connect the Dots. Hello, I'm Kennie JD, content creator, nosy bitch, as well as indie musician.
What's up, man? It's Sean Pecas, the ultimate dot connector.
And welcome to Connect the Dots. Connect the Dots is an incredibly special set of conversations where we discuss not only what happens on the court, in the booth, or behind the scenes, but also take an unfiltered look at stardom and culture.
You can't learn funny in school. You can learn comedy. I know plenty of people went to school to get in the background.
We get to know who people are, what drives them, inspires them, motivates them, makes them into fully fleshed out people. A real humanistic look at those you know and love.
If I wasn't a comedian, I'd be a professional sugar daddy.
Aficionado.
So here's the story. Hey, that's how we got it edited.
Shout outs to our partners C4 Smart Energy and PrizePicks.
Welcome to Connect the Dots. My name is Sean Pecas.
I'm Kennie JD.
It's my beautiful co-host, Kennie D.
And we're super excited because we're having a very special episode here.
Yes.
We are at SNL legend, comedy legend, 30 Rock, movie star, stand-up comedian star, Tracy Morgan.
Thank you.
We're also here with Devin, the main event, Haney. And this is going to be, I can already tell, it's going to be one hell of an episode.
Yeah, well, you know, this right here, yo, Peck, this is like Muhammad Ali sitting with Richard Pryor. Yeah. It's been done before.
Legendary,
it's been done before.
Yes.
But the new
OGs. So what I want to do is I want to just first of all tell you how we got here, right? So part of what we're doing is a lot of this is relationship based, right? Mm-hmm. Very
great relationship with your dad.
Yes.
Love what he's done with you and being on top, because we always talk about parents is very important, right? And what he's done with you, he's an OG. I love him, from San Francisco, and very close with my very good friend Ingrid that I worked with for years.
For sure.
Ingrid, best family. We came up grinding together in the street when we were back, pushing CDs and poster boards. We come from that era, that hustle mentality. So I love that about you. But the great thing about Tracy's been my friend for a long time, and we work very close together. And he's a huge boxing fan.
Yeah, I see him.
So when we were talking, he's always, I'm like, I said, Trey, I got it, man. I said, come on, man, we got to do it together. Will you do it with me and Dad? He's like, what? I ain't had to tell him twice. So that's how we got in.
Always
Well,
not colored.
we all know that Mr. Haney right here, you on top of it. You ahead of the game because he's the face of boxing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the youth. That's the face of boxing right here.
I told all my guys, man, I said, I'm interviewing
down
them
with it?
today. They was like, yo, come on. They like the young boy. They was hype. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with all the hood guys too, the BX. I'm old school. They all love you in the hood.
I'm an OG, man. When he come to me, I'm gonna tell him, the real things that count. You find somebody that like you for you.
Right.
When you get to that point when your plane starts to level off, you find somebody that love you for you. Get married, have some kids, and be happy.
For sure.
You leaving your children, when you have them, a legacy, bro. You think about it. The legacy you want. What, Devin Haney, your father? Come here, I got a job for you. You can start at the top. Nah, my pop said start at the bottom, because one day I'm going to own this. So that's what you want.
Yes.
You always want to be happy. May the Lord bless you with happiness and a brilliant career. You're putting it together well. Put the punch. I can only imagine. I would love to be in that corner when your pop is talking to you and the things he's saying. That's where the action is in the corner.
What's some things your pop tells you, man, when he's in the corner
Yeah.
talking? Come on, give us some of that, man.
Man, me and my pops, we've been together since the beginning, and we got a lot of code words. We got a lot of stuff that we just developed over the years from learning from. This trainer said, hit him with the brick. This trainer said, different things, and we just our chemistry is just like no other.
Communication.
Yeah, our chemistry, all that.
Communication, that's the relationship,
that.
is that communication.
Like like my pops may say something that nobody else understand but me, but that's just because just
You
over
know.
the years.
Yeah,
over
you
the
already
years.
know.
Yeah.
It's like
Secret
nothing
language.
telepathy, right?
So,
It's crazy.
custom motto, I remember telling Mike Tyson, when you got him hurt on the ropes, don't jump in there. That's when you go to work. Because the worst kind of animal in the world is a wounded animal.
Yeah.
And in the game you in, is a one-punch turnaround the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta
One
watch
punch,
out when
'cause
guys.
you gotta watch it.
When guys are desperate, when you get them hurt, they go into survival mode and they dangerous.
Told you.
They can be dangerous.
So where did your Twitch come from? Like, where?
But you gotta have it. That's a God-given gift. That's a God-given. Look at Sweet Pea. That's God-given. You can't learn that in school. You can't learn funny in school. You can learn comedy. I know plenty of people went to school for comedy, but you ain't funny. You don't make me laugh.
So how many kids you think you really have out there how many do you have?
Me, on the books or off? I got about 30 off the books. Everybody said nothing to me. I know I'm old school. I don't pull out. I'm like prison. When I come in, I come in. I make babies, so if you mess and talk to me, big chance you're going to get pregnant. I got Walmart money. I got Walmart money. We good. We good. I remember when I was fighting the case and I was home. And my lawyer would come to my house. He would never let me out because I lived right down the block, my first house, and it was reporters parked out there for a year trying to get a glimpse of me. I mean, and Ben Morelli is my lawyer. I call him Michael Corleone. He made him a deal they couldn't refuse. Period. And I remember when I was fighting that case, man.
Yeah.
He said, you got more money. If you go to a Knick game, you got more money than everybody on the floor except for the owner.
That's crazy.
But I don't act like that. You don't see no bodyguards or nothing. And that's what I want my young blood. You want people to love you, not like you.
Well,
People fall in love with
the word
that.
of the street about Dev. He likes older women, man. Is that true, Dev?
He's like, yeah, you better stay away from my sister, too.
Women, man.
You better stay away from my sister.
I like mature women. That's
I love
all.
that,
That's
man.
all.
That's how I was growing up, man. I was 18 years old and I was dating a woman 45 years old. And my father forbid it. My father forbid it. I was in Clinton.
18.
Oh, I was about to say,
I was like,
somebody
what we
needs to be
talking-
Well,
dead.
she was buying me stuff and all of that. I was a kid, and my father forbid it. He said she's gonna drain your youth out of you. So
She gonna do more than drain your youth out of you. What are some of the things you learned, Dev?
As far as what?
Just as far as like so when we first initially met years ago, when your dad and Ingrid, I worked at Rock Nation Sports and we were looking to do some work with you. And I love like the growth that you have. I wasn't really into the world of boxing at that time in my life.
Sure.
Now I do more sports and things for CAA, but I've just seen you grow, man, as a young kid. What are some of the things that you can say to some younger boxers, some younger kids that you've learned over the amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, back to what Tracy was saying. I love that my dad was he let me learn on the job. He let me. At first when I was young, he was. I felt like he was on me so hard because he didn't want me to make the mistakes. But as I grew older, he was like, you know what, you got to go through it. And that's how you're gonna learn. And that's what I did. I gained the experience, and I felt like I'm where I need to be for this, where I'm at in my life.
You know what else I love about you, Dev, too? What's crazy about him, Tracy? He's very soft-spoken, right? He has like a totally different fucking personality. When you get in that ring, boy, you can tell that
gloves
dog.
on, man. I seen it.
That dog comes out, man. But just hanging out with him, right? It's just like cool, calm, and collected. Those are the ones you got to be scared of. The quiet ones in the corner.
The ones that you got to be scared of, the ones that don't want to get hit. You're going to have to get hit. To give it, you got to take some.
Right.
No, I mean,
that's the game of boxing.
That's how boxing is. You can't swim without getting wet. You're going to get hit. But it's what you do when you get hit. And some people,
when you hit that wall, right?
Yeah, some people, they fold when they get hit, and some people, rise up.
Right.
That's like me on stage, man. When I do comedy, if I got a joke that don't work off the back, I'm going to improvise. I'm going to put my improv to that, and I'm going to get that laugh because I'm the type of dude, I do anything for. I'm old school. When I was around, when I first came up on the Martin and all that, there was no Instagram and all that. Nah, you had to put it down flat. You had to get on stage and do it. Wasn't no doing comedy in your phone. Because when you're doing it on the phone, ain't no audience here. Right. That's the most important part of comedy. You got to have your audience. They're going to let you know within 30 seconds if you're funny or not, and it's going to be your female audience because women know what's funny before you even do because men got egos. You sit there and go, I'm funnier than him. I'm funnier than him. Nah, they know funny from the setup. They know this is going to be a funny joke from the setup.
You know what's crazy? Like, I'm just looking around the room. Like, we all have had like harsh upbringings, right? You from San Francisco, Oakland area, right? You Brooklyn, you Detroit, me from the Bronx. It's like, look, we're all sitting here now in this beautiful home. Thank you, Tracy. Like, doing some crazy stuff, having conversation and talking about how we came up. How do you think that makes us different? Than other people?
No. See, what you're saying right now in life is chances and choices. Put more value on your choices because that could determine the outcome of your life. We are sitting here because of the choices we made. You look at dudes doing life in prison, those are the choices you made, money. I owe you nothing. Those are your choices. Live with it, brother.
What?
So you made great choices in your life. You think about it, the choices you made when you was 20 set you up for when you was 30.
So since starting Connect the Dots, we've been engaging with a lot of people who are either legends or current hot commodities in sports entertainment. It's been very interesting. And one of the things that I've gotten introduced to in the grand scheme of things is our sponsor, PrizePicks, which is the official daily fantasy sponsor here on Connect the Dots. PrizePicks has a great selection of sports for you to choose from, whether it be NFL, NHL. If you're into esports, they even do stuff for that too. So you're sure to find something you will love. Head over to the description for the official link and use code CTD for a first deposit match up to $100.
Think that's all it is.
That's all it is.
You think about it, give yourself credit.
We talked about that earlier.
Give yourself credit, kid.
Yeah,
you
true.
make great choices in your life.
Yeah,
you know what you're doing. Matter of fact, you're making choices for other people now. Because most people don't have that ability to make those choices. With him, his choices got to be in a microsecond.
Right.
For sure.
In that ring. He got to see something. Father don't see. He saw something. I yelled at Bud. One time I seen him get hit with something hard. You keep going straight back. You keep going straight forward. You gonna get hit with something hard. He said, nah, Trey, I was just trying to find my shot. Find it. We right here, we sitting in the room. Find it.
Oh, Bud
Come
wasn't
on.
laying upside down after you told him
This
what
time
to
when
do.
his father yelled at him. Come on. Let's step it up. Come on. Find the shot. I know you're seeing something out there. What you say? His father got to ask him
How old
sometime.
were you when you felt like, yo, like, damn, this is what I want to do? You started about 7, right? 8
Yeah,
years
I started
old?
about 7.
Yeah.
But when I first started boxing, I was young, so I was playing football at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You was playing house too?
Huh? Yeah. Huh?
You was playing house. You was dry humping in the 3rd grade.
No.
You wasn't playing house at doctor? Yeah, right. I was playing house. I was
So
playing on
good.
making babies.
Yeah.
Kid.
In the 3rd grade.
You was dry humping. You pregnant? You pregnant?
He's good.
No,
Yeah,
but,
Dev.
Yeah, but you know, I'm the type, like, I'm very competitive. So when I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, my football team would be losing. I was like, man, I don't like this. I want to be the reason that if we do good, it's because of me. I want to control my own destiny.
Yeah.
And when I was young, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't understand it, but I knew that I didn't like to lose. So it got to the point where I was like, man, I'm about to just box. I want to put my all into boxing because you know, I can control it if I work hard and I'm disciplined. I
You
know I can
felt
be
like
one of
you
the
didn't
best.
want to leave your destiny to someone else.
Yes,
You wanted
not to a
control your
team,
own
not
destiny.
because he didn't block, or,
Yeah.
you know, he didn't show up today, or he's hurt. Nah, I wanted everything to be on me and my preparation and my discipline.
Yeah.
You know what he got in him? Same thing Tiger Woods got him. Same thing Michael Jordan had in him. Same thing Mike Tyson had.
Yeah.
Mike lost that fight in Tokyo because of Mike.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's way better than Buster Douglas. That was because of him partying and all that craziness. He
So
caught
what's
up
a
in that.
regular training day for you?
So yeah, on a regular training day, I train 2 to 3 times a day. You know, when I'm deep in the camp, all I'm doing is training and resting. You know, I wake up, go to the gym or get a run in, and then come back, eat, go back to the gym. Like my days revolve around just working and getting better.
That's focus right there.
Yeah, well, that's what Bruce Lee had, man. He focused all his energy into that 6-inch punch. When you focus, I used to be the type of person, I try to do a million things at once. Then I turn around and I look and I ain't did nothing. So I focus now. A lot of people don't make it in his business and in my business because they lose focus. Girls, drugs, guys, all that, this distraction. So when I first started, I had Sabina. You know my ex-wife. We lived in the same building. Sabina and my 3 kids. So that kept me grounded. And all I had to do was worry about, and out of everybody on the planet, when I came home with that propeller hat on, I remember it was like it was yesterday. And I told her I was going to do comedy. She was the only person on this planet that could have said, no, you not. UPS is hiring. But she didn't do that. She said, pull the trigger. I know you funny. You got my panties. Pull the trigger. But let me tell you something, Tracy. I remember it like it was yesterday. When you out there at them little comedy clubs and little girls running around, you better remember, you got 4 mouths here waiting for you. And that's when I used to bring the gun to the comedy club. I'm from Brooklyn. My pops had just passed away. My best friend had just died. And I go to the club and I put my comedy down and I go right home to my family. And I got my little $75 and I bought some cereal, milk, and 2 Phillies. You can imagine. You can only imagine.
24 years old,
When
man.
you're the face of boxing.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, sir.
I watch boxing. I watch some
he also
dudes go
leaves you-
18-0,
he also
but you
tells
ain't
you-
knocked nobody out.
Yo, Devin, he's the one to tell you, yo, I'm not going to the fight, and you're home watching the fight on TV, and you be like, oh, look who's ringside. Your man leaves you there in the
Yo,
dust. Friends
I
like
watch
you.
dudes
Who
go
needs enemies?
18-0, but you ain't knocked nothing. You knock soup cans out. You ain't fighting nobody that's fighting back. It's a difference.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's one thing to shoot people, but you ain't shooting nobody that shoot back. So that's what he's prepared for.
Yeah, he's
that's what I'm prepared for. I at this point in my career, I just had a heckler 2 weeks ago. I lit him up because I still got bullets in my gun. I lit him up. I let him have it. Because that's where I come from, Uptown Comedy Club.
That's right.
Where that's where you learn. If you get a heckler, you shut him down. And I remember my first joke on stage. I picked the skinniest dude in the front row, and I tell him, yo, if they don't laugh at my shit, I'm fucking you up. And everybody start laughing. Me and you know.
We're gonna be at the next fight or what?
Yeah, what?
We're going to be at the next
Right
fight.
there. I want to roll. I want to come out.
A lot of
I want
boxers
one of the roll.
from your
I'll
hood
give me a roll,
are now
man.
starting to go back and fight, right, in San Francisco. Do you see a lot of that? Or?
I mean, the boxing is in the Bay Area alone is going up, and I'm proud of that. especially in like the inner cities. And that's like a achievement for me is to just get back. One day I want to go open up a gym, where I'm from,
Get back.
and get back to the kids, and because I know that I'm inspiring the kids. I want to keep inspiring them, but I want to give them a gym where they can go learn and get their energy out, but learn the fight game at the same time.
It's so sad when people in our position don't understand and realize that.
Yeah.
That you got to get some back because your cup could run over.
Yeah.
And that's greed.
Yeah.
You got to give some back. I go back to my communities. I told you, I just gave out food in front of Yankee Stadium. I give back to my community at least 4 or 5 times a year. I'm getting ready to do it for Thanksgiving again. All turkeys, truckload of turkeys with the fixings. Because if I'm having a great holiday, why they can't have one? COVID did a number on all of us. A lot of people lost their jobs.
For sure.
A lot of people got COVID did a number on
Well,
all.
you know I'm doing bad too. So if you want to give away one of the
Whatever,
Ferraris in your
whatever.
garage,
I ain't giving out no Ferrari.
You can put a
I like
turkey in it too. By the way,
I'm not giving out no Ferrari. I'm not giving out no Ferraris.
He ain't giving
I
up
just
no Ferrari.
bought a Ferrari. I just got a new Ferrari like 2 weeks ago. You just see it out there.
He's this guy's a car. He loves cars, man.
Yeah,
You
my brother was telling me that he.
Oh, yeah?
His
I
car
had 2
collection crazy.
Bugattis. I got a $4 million Ferrari in there right now.
I want to see it.
A lot for you. Want to see it?
Yeah.
Where's Mike?
Mike is here. We're gonna take
Yeah,
Dev
I'm
over
gonna
there.
I got a 20,000 gallon Shark tank in the back.
For a moment, we're going to take a second and mention our sponsor, which is C4
Okay.
Smart Energy. We were talking a lot about focus, and with Smart Energy, we like to ask you guys, what do you do to stay focused? Like before a show, before a match? Like, is there any rituals you have? Is there anything that you do to really center yourself or focus on to?
Just before I go on stage, I say a prayer. I pray to the comedy gods.
That's what I do too.
I pray for the Lord to protect my kids, and then I go get them. I keep it. I've been the same way. I don't take pictures before the show. I've been that way since I went to the workshop. I don't take pictures before the show. I have to earn your laughter. So I'm not giving you nothing before the show, and that's what I don't do. And I say my prayers, and then I go. They mention my name, and I'm on stage. And once I'm in the zone, I'm out there. I don't even see it. I mean, the audience for me is just there for timing. That when I feel their laughter's going down, that's when I start. Like you'll be laughing at this joke. My mind is moving at the speed of light. I'm already 3 jokes down. I'm 3 jokes ahead of what y'all laughing at. So in my mind is moving at the speed of light. But this time I've seen comedians get nervous on stage and they start to speed up. That's when you got to go into your gears and slow it down. Take your time, bro. All they doing is laughing. They ain't gonna get on stage and beat you with a belt and all of that. So I stay in control of my audience. 5,000, 1,500, I don't care. It's easier for me to make 6,000 people laugh out there than to make one. Michael Jackson was good in front of a million audience, million people in the audience. He was great. One-on-one, he couldn't really, he was shy. One-on-one is different. When you one-on-one, when you in that ring with that opponent, it's just you and him.
Yeah.
You don't even notice us. You'll hear his voice, and that's it.
Yeah, you hear familiar voices, but like the crowd,
You're
don't
doing your
don't
thing 'cause
hear.
you focused.
You in that tunnel vision. You don't
Yeah.
really. But I hear like my dad, my familiar voices that I'm around 24/7. But other than that,
Well,
tunnel
I
vision.
want to ask you a question. Obviously, you're in boxing. You got hit with something hard. How long does it take you to recoup? Great question, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
that is a good question. I would say, I mean, obviously it depends on the shot, but I don't think it takes.
What's the longest it ever took? I should ask you.
I only been hurt one time, and when I got hurt, the bell rung. The round
Right.
was
Oh,
over with.
so you had that-
Yeah, so I had time
Okay.
to recover. But I would say it just depends on the shot, really. But
Now, what's the speed in that ring? We see it
The-
from the outside. We see one thing. But is it like,
the
what's
speed-
going on in
the-
there?
The speed is so fast. It's like,
Ba, 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 ba.
like it's going so fast that like you thinking at a like
Speed of light.
the speed of light.
Told
Exactly.
you. Speed of light.
And boxing, like I said, one punch can change the whole night. So you got to be on point every millisecond. But a lot of people don't know. Just they don't understand how fast it's going. That you think with strategy, but it's a lot of like muscle memory and repetition.
I got one more question. Do you mind?
No, go
I
ahead.
got one more question. Now, Pops ain't with him all the time. What's as far as your sex life? Wouldn't that slow down? Before Pops? No, it's a good question. It's been asked a million times.
Nah, a lot of people, they want to know the answer to that.
Yeah.
So I would say like 3 weeks. 3 weeks, no.
You shut it
sex.
down.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Yeah, I'm committing suicide 3 weeks.
Nah, but I used to do 8 weeks, and when you do too long, your body's gonna eventually.
You know what my
release. You gotta
father
release
did when I was in high school? My father made me go celibate 1 year in high school, 10th grade. You know what he was showing me?
What?
Strength.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not a man when you get skinned. You're a man when you could walk away from it, especially when you're married. Nah, I'm flattered, but I'm married. Because
Yeah,
I'm
nah,
not
for
spending
sure.
my money on a bunch of women. It took everything to come out that coma. I need one woman in my life, and that's it. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not with all of that. I need one woman. If all of this go away, the planes, the cars, the house, if it all go away, she's still standing right there. That's who you're looking for. She's a rider.
Yeah.
It's hard to really come across that. You got to let that gravitate to you. Because when you look for love, you find it in all the wrong places. And we don't want none of that interfering with your career.
Yeah.
So that's important that I say that.
Yeah, and I feel like that's my main thing right now is just focusing on me, my career, being the best me that I could possibly be, and love and whatever.
So when you
whatever's
look back
gonna
on it, you don't got no regrets.
Exactly.
When you say you want to take a little bit of time, right? Like, because everybody needs to take a little bit of time away from concentrating and just being specific. What are some of the things you like to do, like just to take your mind? Is it music? Is it art? Is it? Do you like movies, TV? What do you like?
Yeah, I like movies. I like doing a bunch of stuff, hooping. A lot of stuff.
But that's
I
one
game
thing to
sometimes.
ask him now.
I game.
No, just so you know.
I be gaming sometimes.
Oh, game, okay.
Like it's. I feel like that's important because
Yeah.
it's so much pressure going into a fight that you gotta have that. You gotta have that downtime where you could take your mind off the fight.
Right.
And just focus on other things.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do, though, Pex.
It's
To
important.
get me away from show business, I like
Yeah.
to go food shopping in the supermarket, and it makes me normal. It brings me down to earth, and I'm normal. I'm like everybody else here. You know, Michael Jackson could not do that.
I
He
don't
was
know.
so big.
Think
He had
about
the
that.
fake
You can't-
food shopping.
That you can't do that. Like, imagine you couldn't just walk down the street. Like, that's crazy. This one too, you go place with him, people go crazy. But imagine being Mike. Mike couldn't go nowhere.
He wasn't even stratosphere. He was over LaGuardia. His kids had to wear masks and all that. Who wants to live like that? When I die, I'm giving most of this money away. My kids will have enough. They will have enough because I don't want nobody looking to kill my kids over this money.
Yeah.
Because people, when it comes to money, make crazy decisions.
Yeah.
Most people don't think like that. They
You know
think
what's
about
crazy
money.
him too, Dev? I think he's paid for the most boob jobs in Washington Heights. Too.
Oh yeah, that's what I do with my. That's what I do with my money. That's what I do with my Walmart. But I buy titties and I get
Investments.
apartments.
Investments.
I buy titties and I get apartments with my money.
Giving back.
I'm
Yes.
taking care of it. Yo, if I wasn't a comedian, I'd be a professional sugar daddy. I'm driving a white
Honestly-
van and I'm selling fish out the back of that
Honestly,
van.
you could be both. Why limit
Nah,
yourself?
it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with giving back. You got to give back to the community.
Yeah, but I need stuff too. I need stuff
Oh, you
too.
want something in return?
There's nothing.
Something from nothing leaves nothing. Gotta have something if you want to be with Trey.
Yo, this guy's crazy, Kenny.
You know?
What I mean?
Always
He's
room
got an
for
ATM card.
multitasking.
He's got an ATM card for boob jobs on it.
One only. Just
Yeah, I've been through it, man.
one per titty, and then you just
You
call
when
it
you
a-
get to a certain level in life, man, you be surprised. What people have said to me, the things I've been through, you be surprised. You be surprised. It's crazy.
I do want to touch a bit on. We were talking a bit about like focus in regards to like all the training that goes into a match, for instance. And as a content creator, I've seen a lot of my peers going into like amateur boxing, like content creator boxing, stuff like that. How have you felt about that as a professional versus like seeing people kind of jump in, kind of
Yeah, I mean,
first.
I'm all for it. I think it brings a lot of eyeballs to the sport of boxing. A crowd that we're not used to. A lot of young kids, a lot of people watching boxing that never watched boxing before. So I'm not against it. And what I really respect the ones that's actually trying to learn the sport of boxing and not just doing it just cause. The ones that's actually taking it serious.
So is there science to it?
Of course,
And you got to learn the science.
You got it.
Well, do you feel that you're a champion? So you have your doctorate in boxing. You feel you have a doctorate or master's in boxing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm not.
Do you feel Floyd had a doctorate?
I don't even know what a doctorate is.
Doctor
When you
was
at
like
the
a
top,
doctor.
the
biggest-
top level.
Yeah.
When you know the science.
No, for
Definitely
sure.
a doctor.
I think definitely Floyd is at the top of the top. His IQ, his
Because that's
his
what it's
brain for the
about,
sport
the
of
boxing IQ. Wow, you just said it.
Yeah.
You saying everything I love, man, because I feel in comedy is the same way as boxing. Comedies ain't working in movies no more.
Yeah.
They only make Marvel movies now.
Yeah, I mean, me, I'm a student of the game, so I studied the greats along the way, and I think that's important. A lot of these guys that's my age or even at the top, they doing it, but they didn't study the greats, and I feel like that's what separates me, and that's why my IQ is so high at a young age, because I watched the
That
greats.
come from him. He turned you on to it.
For sure.
Come watch this boxing with
My
me.
man Bill, baby.
When I was young, my dad used to make me watch boxing for hours, like hours.
But sometimes I wonder how your father thinks, how he feels. He has a son as a champion, and he made that. Because not a lot of trainers have champions.
No,
ESPN
for
got
sure.
the top ranked lightweight in the whole joint. Number 1, numero uno, baby.
Well, I said he's the face of boxing.
You are. That's right. That's
And
right.
a lot of people are going to depend on him.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I'm happy that I'm doing this at the highest level with my family, my people, my day ones. That was very important to me because some guys they get to the top and then they get a whole new crew. They replace they day ones with yes men. But
I would love to
different.
find out how your father get that knowledge, because he's helped make a champion. And where did he get the knowledge from?
Yeah,
Watching boxing.
Yeah, exactly. My dad, he studied the greats as well.
I wonder if he knows where he was when Ali fought Foreman in Zaire.
Do you know?
I was getting a haircut. My grandfather was calling me. He was giving me a mohawk. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
That's when 15 rounds. Wow. They were warriors.
I feel like if they were still doing 15 rounds, I think I
But a
I
lot
could
of
do 15
boxers
rounds.
ain't warriors no more.
Yeah.
Come on, B. Sit with us for 2
Nah, I
minutes.
mean, you
Come
got to
on.
be a warrior to step in the
Come
ring.
say hello with us. Just jump in. We're
Absolutely.
talking. Jump in.
It's an honor.
Come on,
Papa
man.
love in
My
there,
guy
man.
right here, man. Family.
Thank you.
Come on.
You know what, Pecas? This is a different perspective. Because we was talking to the fighter. Now we hearing it from a different perspective. And not a lot of trainers get to share their perspective on what they seeing and hearing. And wow.
No, absolutely. And what you gentlemen both have done has been inspiring for for us, really. You know what I mean? The independence. You over at Rock Nation with Jay, of course, and then Trey, how you took what Eddie and them have done, and you know what I mean. You trailblazed it in a different way. You've made it accessible. You're accessible to us. Where Eddie was a movie star, you know what I mean. You a superstar,
Yeah.
and it's a difference because when you're like Ali, you're the people's champ. You know what I mean. You right there for the people, and for Devin to be 24 and to own his own company, Devin Haney Promotions. We had an opportunity to come over with Rock Nation, of course, but what didn't make that deal happen was what you guys taught us. You guys taught us the independence.
Right.
We said, don't listen to nobody other than Jay. Don't watch nobody other than Rock Nation.
That's right.
And what you guys were doing. So it made us hard. It made it hard once we were privy to have the information, then to do anything else different other than to get behind our own brand. And you know what I mean. We were having a discussion right now about gloves and stuff like that, and what we're going to do with his merch and what we're going to do moving forward. But to answer your question, I think it's an evolution. We has gotten better. We get better has gotten better as people, from a people perspective, and what we can do with platforms like you guys have as a voice. Where before you had to go to the traditional media outlets, Sports Illustrated, Time, New York Times, LA Times, to be a voice, to have a voice. Well, now with like I said, podcasting and YouTubes and stuff like that, Devin has now become the face of boxing. And the face of boxing represents being independent. The face of boxing represents making those fights happen when you're ready. Right. You know, if you're not ready, but if you out there talking and you're ready to make those legacy defining fights, well, no promotional company, no network shouldn't make that happen, shouldn't make those dreams happen. Right. And fighters of yesteryear would lose that motivation because they were being blocked out politically, right? Because they didn't have a voice. Right. But now the fighters have a voice. Right. And, I'm so happy to be part of him pioneering it and you saying that he's the face of boxing for those reasons. You know what I mean? And not just being inside the ring. He's done a tremendous job, undisputed champion.
That's like LeBron when they said just dribble and shut up. Right. No. Right. Look at LeBron. Right. You know, his natural progression after boxing would probably, he might want to act. Yeah. Then you got a homeboy like Tracy Morgan. Come get on my show, B.
That was the first thing I ever told my dad I wanted to do was act. Remember that?
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, now you got a homeboy like Trey. I'll be your coach in that. That's your coach. I'm your coach in that. No acting.
And then
you're gonna get paid to be. You know how to perform. You know how to do it. You know how to do it.
Hey Trey, and then I can rep him over at CAA now when he starts.
Well, I want that.
Well, it was good because I love what you're talking about because in the beginning when you first had came when I was at Rock before I had left. It was right about what you said with Jay. He taught me my own entrepreneurship, right? You had to learn, sit there and learn, and then you go and move on. And now I got my thing in CAA, now we're growing. But that's one thing about that guy. He always said, listen, I'm going to make sure that I teach you how to take your business
so
to
what you're saying is that you give a man a fish, he eat for a day. He taught you how to fish. He taught me so now you know how to eat.
That's right.
I can get my own fish.
Yeah.
And that's the gift that keeps on giving.
He empowered me.
Because it was done to me.
Yeah.
Martin did it with me.
Yeah.
I remember when I didn't really know. I knew I was funny, but I didn't know how to write and do all of that. And Martin gave that to me. That's why he's my OG for life.
Yeah.
That's why when he called me, I go out there and I chill with him. I chill with Eddie. I chill with them because I love them on a human level for what they've done to me and my family and my kids.
That's right.
That's the gift that keeps on giving. When you teach somebody how to fish, and that was done with y'all. Now y'all got your own thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now y'all got your own. You ain't got to rely, like Bruce Lee said the best, you don't got to rely on nobody. Don't never rely on nobody. Rely on yourself. Them hands right here, rely on them, man. That's going to get you where you need to go. And then you got the guidance from Papa Love. You want to know how to be a father? Right there. It's right in front of you. You just be there for yours. You show them love and you guide them.
Absolutely. That's whether, in our community, right? And when you come from a place of not having or you having your father who has a tough schedule. My dad had a schedule where he wasn't home. You know what I mean? But he was home. He was providing for the home, but he couldn't be home because he was working. You know what I mean?
The things with y'all that mattered. Like my dad wasn't in the home, but he was always in our life.
Yes.
And that's what matters. You got to be there. So when I was in that coma, I had to fight to come out that coma because there was no way in the world I was going to let this my daughter was 10 months old when I got hit. I was going to let her go through life without knowing who her daddy was. So I had to fight.
Absolutely.
And I just get tired of hearing we love our fathers, but we love our mothers. No, you're supposed to love both of your parents equally.
Equally.
The Lord sings when you do that. He sings.
So do you think it's a universal strategy that everyone, the conception is that we are not active fathers, that we as black men are not active?
Deadbeats?
I mean, is that a narrative that's being driven by the media in some way, shape, or form? Because every guy that I know coming out of the block, the only thing that he wanted to ever do was get home and take care of his kids. If you was in jail, if you're in hospital, you want to get home and take care of your kids. And I don't think that that's highlighted enough that a lot of us aren't able to get home. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a part of the agenda.
And I
take
told
the
him,
black man out the house and we got the family.
Right.
So that's why crack and AIDS, my father died of AIDS, man. My father didn't go to Vietnam a junkie. He came back that way. 17 years old. I was born, my mom was 18 when she had me, 16 when she had my brother. Babies.
Well, I think platforms like this, I think a lot what you do as executive producer with TV, I just think what you do as not only as, Devin's dad and also as his business partner and you guys running company, but we need to tell those stories more. Those stories need to be
They need
heard.
to be
You know what I'm
heard.
saying? Like
I
we
just
need to,
did a
we can tell
show
them.
on PBS, and it's coming out February. I told you about it, Kate. It's February 20th, called Find My Roots. What's his name? From the professor from Harvard. Everybody's done it. Obama's done it. You should do it. Barack has done. They went back 400 years on my father's side and 400 years on my mother's side. My roots. I thought I was big in my life until I found out what my great grandmother
Yeah,
did.
I would definitely want
love
to do
to
that.
Yo,
do
my
that.
great grandfather's name was Abraham Mack. I know the name of the slave masters that owned us. I got it right here on my phone. The slave masters that owned us.
How did you do
And
it?
the slave ship. My assistant could hook you up.
Yeah, I
you
need
will do it.
I wanna do it
Because you
too.
need to know where you come from.
For sure.
Before you leave this earth. Know who you are and where you come from. Knowledge is self. I could go back and I did a lot of crying, and no matter who you are, you're gonna break down. Questlove found out his family was the last people brought on the last slave ship to America. Questlove. Crying like a baby. Just crying. Mine's come out fair. It's gonna be incredible. And also, the last question he asks you, he says, we want to know who did this show that you're related to. Mr. Morgan, will you turn the last page? And guess who's sitting there? Nas. Me and Nas is third cousins on my mother's side. Me and Esco. But me and Esco was always tight before that. I did a show years ago on Comedy Central, a special called One Mic. That was for Nas' moms that had just passed away. And I named my special One Mic. So me and Esco always been tight. But then when I found out on the West Side Highway, after I did the show, I called him up and I said, yo, Esco. He said, what up, Trey? I said, guess what? He said, what? I just did Find My Roots. Me and you related. He started crying. I started crying. And I said to him, if you ever need me, I'm there, cuz. He said, cuz, if you ever need me, I'm there.
I didn't realize, but you
that's
guys
deep.
sort of like have the same waves too. So
Nah.
I can see the family.
No, mine was Farrakhan's, man. I got the Farrakhan's, kid. You got to do like 15 years in prison to get these, man. You got to
You
go
gotta
up
wear the
north to
glove,
get these,
right? You gotta
man.
wear the rubber glove.
To the side. You got to know how to get them.
But you know, to reiterate that, to add that black fathers are so important, and it's not always about having the money, and because like my dad,
time.
he wasn't there, but he was there. He worked a lot. You know what I mean? And I know that going those days that I just would have liked him to been there. You know what I mean? But I knew he couldn't be there. So. And I always tell all my homeboys that's having, still in the streets and they got a whole lot of time on their hands. I said, man, please spend the time with your kids. Please. Don't look on the TV for no stars. You got stars in the house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got 4 of them. I got four that I was that I'm biologically, and then I got 3 that Allah sent to me. You know what I'm saying? So I got 7 stars in my life. Right. You know what I mean? And
you set a legacy for them, man.
You see what I mean?
He's following your legacy.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
care about the show, the boxing. He's following his dad's legacy.
sure.
I'm going to be a good man like my father, because that's what I'm doing. My dad was great.
100%.
So I'm a good man like my dad, man. I'm just mimicking my dad.
Right. I told
With
him
my
also-
kids, I'm just mimicking my dad.
told him yesterday, I said that I'm so proud of him. You know what I mean? Because he's found his purpose. And with me, now you know what? Because I'm always up like this morning, like, so just for like, I was already up waiting, I'm knocking on this door, but I'm always up. But this is not a job for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to be with your kid, to watch him and to watch him grow and to blossom into that guy. That's not a job.
That's not
you know what I'm saying? Like anybody pays me
great,
well. Well. You know what I'm saying? Like well.
You know what I just
but-
recently did with my 2 children? We were sitting right here one day, about 2 weeks ago, and I apologized to my children. I said, I apologize to you if I've done anything in my life to make your life uncomfortable. And life is like a train. One day my stop is going to come and I'm going to get off. And you and your brother going to keep going. But remember one thing, I love you. And they started crying, I started crying, and then we went on with our day. I got to apologize to my children.
Absolutely.
Not enough parents do that for their children. Because you've done things that upset him and made his life a little wrong. So apologize. I'm sorry. The base, the foundation of you and your pops is respect. You're so fortunate to have a father like that, man. And I know many people have told you that, but it's true. Me and my son are like tight. He made his mistakes. Went to college, fell in with the wrong crowd. His mother's dying of cancer. Started doing drugs. I had to rescue him.
When I was young, I used to, one of the most important things to me was to, my dad to be, happy, to be proud of what I was doing. And so, even at 24 years old, my dad told me yesterday that he was proud of me. And I said, for what? He said, for everything. And it meant a lot to me still at 24 years old.
We've had such valuable conversation about the greats. We've talked about how you find your focus and how you are inspired by the greats. And so that sends us on to our beloved segment, which is the Hip Hop GOAT Bracket. Basically, this is where we talk about the greatest of all time, particularly in the hip hop.
Rakim. Come on, man. I ain't even got to do this. Rakim. The
Ironically.
man. Come on, man. The R, you know that. Papa Love No J, you know it's the R.
Ironically,
The R,
Rakim
man.
is not on.
No. It's
I'm
fine,
from
go.
Brooklyn, man. It's the R. You know what it is.
So he don't even want to play the game.
No.
But, yeah, I want to play.
Okay. We set it up so that we're going against contemporary greats from the 90s.
I can't. Come on, man.
Yeah, you got to do it, man.
And so it's always a fun and controversial time when we get to the hip hop greats. So our first,
You're wrong. You're so wrong, man. It's so wrong.
it's our little antagonistic go through that we do. So our first one, I believe, was Drake and
B.I.G.
All right.
we got Drake.
All right,
and
yep. You got Drake and Notorious B.I.G.
You see, hip hop is this. Hip hop is this.
I'm young, so
Okay, it's fine.
I gotta go with Biggie though.
You got to go with Biggie? All right.
And you want to know why I love you, B?
Absolutely, Biggie.
Because you chose Big, man. It's Big, man.
When he said
Big
young,
Son, Big Son was
young.
just in here last week. Had dinner with
Little
me.
CJ, that's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to CJ. Shout out to Angie, too, for bringing them through.
Yep.
Of course. All right, now we got Tupac and Kendrick Lamar.
Tupac for sure.
All right,
Oh,
so
that was
Tupac.
quick.
Two,
All right.
two get that.
So now that puts Notorious B.I.G. against, so you got, now you go Jay-Z and J. Cole.
Jay-Z.
Jay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kanye versus Lil Wayne to get to the Final Four.
Well, I'm going to go with Wayne.
I'm going Wayne too.
I'm going Wayne.
All right. So now we have Notorious B.I.G. versus Tupac.
I'm going big. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm representing to the
I'm
far.
going Tupac too.
Wow. We can't be friends.
What do you mean? You
Y'all
gotta-
both
they gotta-
going with two?
Yeah.
But that's two to three and 2 to 1.
We're talking about an album.
We're talking about whatever.
Just go, just whatever you just feel.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So Dev and Bill have Tupac going into the finals, and then Jay-Z, Lil Wayne.
I'm going to go Jay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go J too.
You're gonna go Jay too? Okay. All right, so we got Dev and Tracy and you same way? Okay, Bill. So now the finals will be Jay-Z versus Tupac. For the
Okay,
GOAT.
I'm going J. I'm going J.
Okay.
I'm going to go with two. He made more of an impact. He was
I was going on
he was heavy. He was heavy.
So you're
He was
going
heavy.
you're taking Tupac over Jay.
Yo, listen, can I say something to you before we even go that far? You know why,
just
I
asking.
slowed down on the hip hop in the streets? Want to know why? Because it traumatized me.
Okay.
That's where my best friends went to jail for life and got murdered.
I respect
Streets is
that.
traumatizing to us, B. You know that. You think about it, that traumatized us. That's where your friends went to jail for life.
Yeah.
That's where your friends got murdered. It was in the streets. And so that's all some of these rappers is talking about is the streets. And it's traumatizing me. I don't want to go back there.
Okay. So you got Tupac. Dev, your prize pick is who? Jay-Z, right?
Jay-Z, yeah, Jay-Z.
Okay. Bill? Tupac. All right.
I'd say that's 2 to 1. So we're getting a Tupac week.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
All that big fly jury, you know who brought that back?
Who? Have you seen him?
Listen, no, let me tell you. But listen, no, when you came with the
Where's
big,
that Trump jewelry at?
when he
Show
came
us
with the
the
big,
piece.
no, when he came with the, listen, no, when you came, No, everybody doing it. But when he came with it, did they think he was crazy? Because you was the first one.
Oh, that was Truck. He talking
you
about.
came
They
with
thought I was a stick up kid.
Right?
Right?
And
They
now
thought I was a
everybody
stick up
doing
kid
it.
from
You
New
got yo,
York.
everybody doing the Eagle. Where's the Eagle at the Ghostface joint?
I'm getting ready to put it on Danny.
I'm a fan of your game. So
Do you remember
get an
Ghostface
influence.
Killer from Wu-Tang when he had the eagle bracelet?
That's
I
way
do, of
before
course
my
I
time.
do. I do.
He's 24. He's 24.
He's like, who?
I know Ghostface
No,
Killer,
I
but
know,
I
I
don't
know.
really-
You brought that shit back though.
Well, I only wear that at Nick games, maybe,
Nick games, yeah.
or I'll wear it at a boxing match.
You gonna wear it to my fight?
But what? Hey,
I'm
for sure.
I'm
was
getting
it?
ready to
Was
show
it?
you.
Listen, no.
I want you to wear it to
Give
the
us the
fight,
game though, or pops the game. Was it a marketing? What made it? Because you was already funny, motherfucker. We already loved you, and then all of a sudden, I start seeing you sitting ringside with the big shit on, and nobody else was rocking. But nobody else was rocking like that, huh?
I'm from Brooklyn,
Okay.
so that was the culture coming up. We were all
Of
there.
course, for all
you
of us.
seen it?
No, for all of, but you brought it back because I don't know.
'Cause that's who he is.
Was anybody else doing it?
And get that suitcase.
That's who he
Hey, listen,
is.
bring it down.
Was anybody else at the next game sitting with the
Never,
same shit?
never
No.
that.
So that's what I'm saying is what made you bring it back.
Well,
Trey?
I got your attention. This is what would be dope if he was coming out the next fight with the eagle bracelet
Yo,
on.
Devin. Yo,
But
when
I
you
will
see
only
this
let him
bracelet,
wear it. I will only let him. It's 180,000, and it's a kilo to go in diamonds. I will let him wear it only if he stay focused. Because this is just if he got
that's
into
just
the
so
bracelet,
big. It might
if he
fly
got into
you.
the bracelet,
It might fly you out to the
anything
ring.
else-
It's gonna fly you out.
It's crazy. Ghostface had this
crazy.
bracelet, and I had money before the accident, but once I never had this kind of money, and I remember.
Which brings us into the conversation about the Sharks, because we had the honor of being able to see some of the home, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And I think it's really funny now that we've seen the Sharks and then also talked about things that are really important. It really shows.
What Sharks?
You got sharks
Oh,
in
you
the
got a shark
backyard.
tank in the
Shark
back.
tank in
Oh,
the
we're gonna
back.
go over there and check it out.
Wow.
I have
several sharks.
5 lemon sharks, and lemons are number 2 on the list. Great whites are number 4 on the list. It's bull sharks, lemon sharks, tigers, and then great whites. I went cage diving in South Africa, in Cape Cod. Great white. I seen 4 great whites, and the lemon sharks I had in there kept eating my other sharks.
So you know what, Peck? I'm hearing December the 9th, Devin Haney Promotions and Tracy Morgan Promotions.
Yo, it sounds like something.
now taking over boxing. Huh?
For sure.
Can we
I
get
would
the
love
OG
to be
on
in bed
board?
with you, bro. I would love to do
Listen,
business with
absolutely,
you.
kid.
I would love
Listen,
to
you
do
know
We're
business.
making it happen. We're
Absolutely,
connecting
kid.
the dots,
You're hearing it
people.
live.
We're doing
You hear me?
I'll
That's
open
what
that
we
up,
do,
Trey.
man.
I
We
want
connect
to
the
put
dots.
the
We
Jew
put
bangs
gangsters
on
with
Papa
gangsters,
Love.
baby.
Connect the dots.
Open it all up.
You feel me?
All right, let's see.
I think
Come
we
on.
should do it.
It's massive.
No, what do
I'm
you
not
think?
scared.
Ah,
I know
there
you
you
ain't
not
go.
scared.
I know you ain't king.
I'm not. Yo, open this up. I got to put this on Papa Love since he brought it up. Watch this.
I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like an 1.5 inches thick of. Oh my god!
No, he's gonna pull it up. Wow. Look at this.
There you go.
There you
Put
go.
that on. Let Papa Love with it.
Yup.
Wow.
I got one last thing for you, kid.
That's crazy, right?
Oh my God. Come over and take this cotton out. Take all of it out and give it to me. This is what Danny gonna wear.
There you go, B. Killing him right there.
Close it up.
That's crazy.
You don't remember Wu-Tang? Ghostface had
At the
this?
TM matching, you know what I mean? With no other than the legend himself.
There you
and
go.
Devin.
Put this in the chain, Trey, and close it up. Here.
And with the light skinned one, you know what I mean?
Look, number 1
Your
dad.
face genius.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
we
about?
got
The
a
dots.
King Tut.
Dude,
We got another drink. He could be a jeweler.
Look,
wow.
Yeah.
you see?
Put them on.
Come on, man. You ain't going to come on. Man.
Devin's like, what's going on? This got crazy.
I thought I had a lot of jewelry.
For our audio only listeners
let's
who are not seeing the just deluge of gold and diamonds that are before us right now,
It's going crazy.
Tracy has been very kind to bring
No,
out.
what Tracy's gonna do is make me figure out how much money I don't have. Okay?
Yeah.
That's
We're
what he's
here in
doing.
awe by
He's
just like
blessing me
6 million
to
pounds
say-
of gold and diamonds.
Well,
said,
Dev
"Get-
ain't doing
get
too
back
bad
to
on the
work."
jewelry side either.
No,
I thought I had a
absolutely
lot
not.
of jewelry. I thought I had a lot of jewelry.
So
This is
we'll.
crazy.
What's
so
the
I get,
Scorpion for?
You got to put
My
a chain
birthday.
on.
What day?
November 10th.
I'm November 17th.
Kenny, you got to
Scorpio.
put this chain on.
No, isn't Malcolm the 17th? My grandfather's November 17th.
are they heavy? They look heavy.
No, you can't wear nothing heavy like this. They kill you.
This is crazy.
Is this a double
Listen,
Jesus?
listen.
It's
What
a
the-
double
Let me-
Jesus.
let me-
That's crazy.
try- let me see.
Ghostface had. That's where I get it from.
Yeah. I feel like Tito back in the days holding jewelry out to see who wants to buy it.
So yeah,
Get some
Here you go,
close
TJ.
So do you
ups
still
on
buy
that.
jewelry?
Huh?
Do you still buy jewelry?
Nah, not really. I buy.
You got nowhere to put it.
I bought. Yeah, my jeweler.
The Scorpion
if
is
I
my
see something I
favorite
really like, but it's not this, it's not big. It's like I'll just put my ding. It's for my kids. I buy my kids jewelry.
No, absolutely.
This for all of this
but
is
you
in my
brought all
will.
respect, though.
I wear it when I wanna. I'm okay with popping
Whatever my
circumstance.
camera is.
Eddie's not good with popping circumstance. At the Crawford fight, I was with Oprah's husband,
What's
and I was popping circumstances. People coming to you, crowding you, the autographs. He's not good with all of that.
really.
I'm good with it. I'm great with it. Because I know that if I stop and take a picture with somebody, and nobody gets hurt, and I might make their day.
As a coach, can you help someone get better at that, or is it something that's either in you or not in you?
Yeah, I can help with that. It's not gonna hurt you. If you sign an autograph, did anybody get hurt?
No.
There you go. It's not a big thing. All that running from paparazzi and all that is corny. It's fake. You running from paparazzi Kim Kardashian and you called them? It's all set up. It's all fake. Either you're gonna deal with it or you're not. It's a part of the game. You're the people's favorite. You're Devin Haney. Get used to it, bro. Cause there's a billion boxes out here in the world, and nobody want their autograph.
For sure.
How do you,
should
get
thank
used
the
to it?
Lord.
I remember when
How
I
do
won
you
it.
get used to it? Because I'm a pretty
How
like
do you get used to it?
yeah, because I'm a pretty like introverted person. So
No,
like,
you would have no choice.
okay.
You would have no choice. Come over here. Why you in the game? What you get in the game for? If that bothers you, because that's garbage and it's corny. What you get in the game for? What you become famous for? If you don't want to sign autographs and take pictures, what you get in the game for? Yeah, you got a mental disorder. Because they're just people. They see you on TV. There's times when I don't want to be bothered. This time, but I know I got to make a sacrifice. I got to be patient with my audience. I have to be patient with them. Now, if I'm doing something on with my lady, she come first. Baby, do you mind if I take this picture? Either she going to say no or yes, because this is her time. And that's how you handle that. You don't overlook your lady.
To watch two champions like y'all and both talk about timing and talk about it's almost like the audience can be your opponent and with him, and you have a timing with the audience and he has a timing with the fighter. It's all about what the audience bring. I was just interested.
You
just
feed
to see
off
both
our
of you guys.
energy.
It's just
You
interesting
feed
to
off
see
our
both
energy.
The comparisons that you guys, you compare the way you deal with the comedy, the way you deal with the audience, and the way he deals with his opponent, and it's based off timing. And it's just interesting to see both
It's
of you guys
all
talk.
timing.
Yeah.
You met his
good.
mother, it was timing.
Everything is timing.
Everything in life. Because
Wow.
I just told you, we just
Wow.
had this before the camera
Wow.
started running.
That's
What
a
did he
joke.
talked about? What did we talk about? I said the greatest power in the universe is time. When they want to punish you, what they give you.
Time.
When they want to reward you, what they give you. What you think gonna happen when everybody in this living room pass away? Time is gonna keep going on. Whitney Houston's dead, Michael's dead, Prince is dead. Time went on. When this earth, you could blow this earth out the universe. Time gonna keep ticking. It's like the Lord, it's infinite. It don't stop. I've never seen a clock do this, then stop and do this. Never seen it. So when we go to his kingdom, I think the Lord gonna ask you, what the fuck did you do with the time I gave you on this planet? Did you help or did you hurt?
I mean,
So do something productive when you're in the gym. Be doing something productive with your time. When you're on my set, if you ain't got no words, be doing something. I studied that. My coach told me study Raising in the Sun with Sidney Poitier. Study it. Denzel told me all the time. Know it. Study. When y'all look at TV, y'all looking for entertainment purpose. I'm studying. I'll look at one program 100 times because I got to study. I'm studying. You might not know it. You might think I just keep watching this show. No, I'm studying. Because this is what I do. I have to study the emotion turns in the scene. Know how you're supposed to be feeling, Devin. Now start from the beginning. Know how you're supposed to be feeling at that moment. It ain't got to be in words. Sometimes you might break down. Sometimes you might be angry. Know how you're feeling in the scene. Read your stage direction. Know where you at in the scene. Know where you at. You got to know where you at. Some people just waiting to do their lines. They don't even know where they at in the scene. Do you know what the scene is? Do you know what you in the scene? Do you know what you are in the scene? That's what I'm going to be talking to you about. Yeah, I'm going to be raising my voice, and I don't care if you fuck me up. But we're going to get this scene right. But we're going to get it right, because it might be a subtle thing. A look. Look at Guess Who's Coming to Supper with Sidney Poitier when his father's going in on him. His father's going in on him. Then he starts going on his father. And then at the certain moment, the last moment, he's about to turn around and go back in on his father, and he realizes he's talking to his dad. He says, "You're my dad, and I love you." You got to know that emotion. You got to know that emotion. You got to take the boxing Devin Haney, put that to the side, because I might play you against character. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to break down in this scene.
Man, I want you to teach me how to act.
Because I don't care all the success you've had, all the success you've had painful moments in your life. You're gonna have to go back there. Mm-hmm. And I need you to go back there, and you that little boy. You're gonna have to break down. It ain't gotta be, it could be a tear. But it's emotional. Mm-hmm. And that's when the audience is gonna love you. Why you think we love Denzel? You don't remember Glory? When he's getting beat? You see that fucking tear come down? Oscar. That's where I learned, watching the greats. Right. You ain't gonna learn shit from motherfuckers in your age.
You gotta study
You gotta go back to Ali and them.
Yes.
That's where you better go. You wanna be great? You gotta study the greatest.
Yeah.
Ali, baby.
He did it, invented the rope-a-dope. You know what made Jordan great? You know what made Ali great? They revolutionized. That's when you changed the sport. Ali changed boxing. Denzel Sidney Poitier changed acting. You got to change. You can't be thinking on this level, Devin. You got to be, I'm going to change this shit. He invented the rope-a-dope. Ain't tell nobody in his camp what he was going to do. Let this man punch himself out. Then knocked him out. Invented the rope-a-dope. You throw in the fight. You lose it. Ali knew. Ali said, I'm going to lay on the ropes. And I'm going to train my body to absorb all of that punishment. Then when he's tired, taking him out. You got to learn, man.
Legendary.
You learn and learn some more. Learn and then learn some more. What you getting from him, you're going to get other people in your life that's going to teach you other things. Like he got boxing, I'm going to get the acting. You ready to go? You got all the belts you need? You good? You retiring? Let's go to acting now. You're going to take a year off and then let's go to acting. Let's get a movie deal. They want to give you a movie because you're Devin. But you're going to come in knowing how to act.
Yeah.
You got to know how to come in because that's your natural progression. Look at Uncle Jay.
Hey, Dev, when you win your Oscar, just make sure you give us a shout out.
Again, come back to this exact
He's not
episode.
going to do that. You know what he's going to do?
Yeah.
Me and him going to be on that stage in our tuxedos and he's just going to look at me. And he going to start crying. And we gonna hug. That's it. Then he's gonna go on to do after he wins the Oscar. Then you're doing the independent because that's where people make the mistake. Look at Snow Dogs with Cuba Gooding. They go for the money. No, that's when you go back to independent, like Denzel. Training Day, Malcolm X. You gotta look at that. That's like, whoa, he's so smooth with it because he's not acting. He's being. That's why you're getting paid the big money to be. Not to act, to be. Would you do that at home? No, so why are you doing it here? That's not natural. That's not how you would be natural. When you're in the ring, you're so natural. It's water. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. You can feel any fucking object, but yet as hard as it can break, it penetrates rock.
Yes.
Be like water. Your punch shouldn't tighten up until the moment of impact. The moment, that's when it's like a whip. You could get a stick with a ball and it's bang. But if you got that whip, pow! That's what the jab was. That was Holmes' jab from the hip. Pow! That was Ali's jab. Work on all of that. I want my jab to be, I can win a fight strictly off my jab. So that's what it's about. You know, it's like a chain with a ball at the end. Pow!
Man, you can be a coach in anything.
I'm ready to go fight right now.
Be like water. When you get in a fight with any fighter, when you're in the ring with any fighter, you can adapt to any style. I'm like water, motherfucker. But yeah, I can penetrate rock. Think
This all
about
day
it.
too,
How you
man.
think with the Grand Canyon? How you think the Grand Canyon was formed?
Jules all day. Tell
Water.
him.
The Grand Canyon, water. Penetrating all that rock over millions of years made to form the Grand Canyon. Think about it. But guess where I get my knowledge from? Martin and Eddie. Martin would take an orange and put it on the table and say, find the funny in that. That was an exercise. Find the funny in just that. I got to be able to look at anything in here and make it funny. I can. I get that from my dad. I can. Just like you with yours. I can. I'm not smarter than you because that's the way it is. Nigga, I've been here longer. Me and your pops come from the same school. 55. Me and him from the same school. Me and him from the same school. It was different. Right, Pax?
That's right.
It was different. I was a teenager in the 80s. Crack was just here. Everybody was getting that money. Murder was running rampant in New York. Pulling all of them. It was crazy. I was at Rutgers. That's where I made my bones, in Rutgers. Being funny in Rutgers. In Rutgers. Got everybody running on court laughing and all that. Then it turned into a business. It's a business now. Before, when I was in high school, I used my comedy and singing and all that just to get the girls. Then it became later on in my life a business. Now it's big business. I got $6 million for that. That HBO Max. That was 4 months ago. That right there, that picture, is when I just got off stage. I can't get my TV to work, but I just let it sprout. You should
Got
look at it.
$30 million
I
in
told
Ferraris,
Will
can't get
Smith-
a TV
I
to work.
told Will Smith apart. I wish you would have smacked me, nigga. We going straight to commercial now. All them niggas in the back with them tuxedos from Brooklyn, nigga. You want your trophy, Will? Come to Brooklyn, man. Pull up. I'm outside. Come get it.
With that said,
Excuse my French, because let me tell you something, man. If you a man and you let another man smack you, you know what's next, right? He gonna ask you to suck his dick.
All right, and with that said, where we gonna get into?
I was aiming at my
All
comedy.
right, all right. Where we? All right. Now we got.
It's true. Let's
All
get
right,
back to the thing.
all right, Kenny, what we
This
doing?
dude over here with the headphones, man, he's dying.
it is
He is. You asked you to suck his dick, man. If Chris Rock, I'm not letting no nigga smack me, man. We shooting joints, man. Win, lose, or draw, we going at it. Because if Chris Rock was in fucking prison, he'd have been washing drawers and clipping toenails, man. I'm telling you, man. They just sold that nigga for a cup of soup and 2 Lucy's, man.
and with that,
With that shit, man.
we're gonna go over.
Yo, you know your hands is registered, man.
We're gonna
A
go
big
over.
nigga you knock out, man. I might need you to put something on somebody. My ex-wife boyfriend, I might need you to put something on somebody. Man. Muscle-bound nigga, man. You a bum-ass nigga, man. You a muscle-bound nigga, man. Muscle-bound dudes only pick heavy shit up and put heavy shit down. I make the world laugh, nigga. I got mobbed in the Vatican. We was in the Vatican, I got mobbed.
I know you're
right?
so wrong.
Ask my son. In Italy. In the Vatican where the Pope be at. This nigga in the window going, this motherfucker.
All
I'm
right,
still
Kenny,
in the
let's go.
spotlight. This
He's
motherfucker.
gone. He's
So
gone.
with that conversation,
I'm about to get into a thing, man. When I'm
No.
funny around people, that means I'm comfortable around you. You better worry when I stop talking. Because now I'm thinking my ways to destroy you.
so with the wonderful conversation of
As
the
long as I'm
greats,
making everybody laugh, I'm comfortable with y'all. I love y'all. That's what gets my... But when I'm not talking is when we worry. 'Cause now I'm thinking.
and that's a dangerous place to be.
You don't want to be there. You don't want to cross that line. I'm glad y'all here, man. Y'all
Thank
brought
you.
some great energy into my home, man.
Thank you.
This is where I sleep. You know what it is with me and you.
You know, we family.
Yeah.
100%.
And so we here. And what a way to spend your afternoon.
wow. Yeah.
How many people could say they doing this?
Not
Not
more than
many
the
in the
people
world.
in this
No.
room.
You got to think about what you're doing when you raise your hands up. You are the champ.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
You are the, look at me. When you in the mirror, you know it's the first question we ask ourselves when we're born. Who am I? Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing? You ask yourself, do you like what life is showing you? You married to a crackhead? Do you like that? Do you like things the thing life is showing you? You gotta ask yourself. When you on not the right track, you gotta ask, I don't like this. You said it yourself. I ain't like it. When I was losing on the 10, I ain't like it. That's why I started running track. I want to win 100. And that's why I do comedy, because when I'm on stage, it's just me and them.
That's right.
And the only thing between us is this. And what goes into that comes out, and I think that's God working through me to the audience. So whatever I'm giving you is coming from the Lord. So if I'm talking about chlamydia and all of that, I told the dude the other day.
Wants to get a
I
message
said,
out.
You love your wife. You ain't never leaving. She gave you chlamydia twice and you went back. And you went back. That's love, kid.
No, that's love for sure.
That's love.
That's trimedia.
That's unconditional love.
So people call it dirty. You like doing dirty? No. That's how we really talk. That's how we really talk. Even though Obama said motherfucker. You asking me what's my favorite curse word? It's motherfucker. Because that's the exclamation point. And I mean what the fuck I said. I got family members, brothers, sisters. Don't ask me for shit. You ain't getting the motherfucking thing from me. I don't give a fuck if you did carry me for 9 months. How you treated me when I was little? Nope. I might forgive, and I did my part when I did that. I did my part. I forgave you, but I ain't fucking with you.
Right.
And that go for family members and all of that. I mean what the fuck I say. Period. I'm living my life. I'm living my life. And I told ex-girlfriend gave me a kidney.
Oh.
Yeah.
She give you chlamydia too, or just a kidney?
No. She just gave me a kidney when I needed my kidney transplant. I was on 30 Rock. And I said, you better than me. 'Cause all my organs are going to my kids.
Right.
I lay my life down for mine. He'll lay his life down for you. You ever thought about that? Every day, that motherfucker wouldn't even blink. That's my son. That's my son. That's mine's. The Lord gave him to me to guide and take care of. When you was little, whether you lived or died, depending on him. Depending on him. What you doing now is just giving it to him back. You're bad. I love you, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know,
Love you.
I
Love you
love
too,
both
brother.
of y'all, man. Period. My casa is you casa, man. Come see me, man.
Yo, thank
Come
you
see
guys.
me, man.
Thank you.
Come
Thank you.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Come
with you,
chill,
for
man.
sure.
Y'all should come here next week. Get your back done.
Now, the one thing, when you get some real jewels from you, I'm going to work, Tracy. Golly, man, you done gave me so many jewels today. I'm going to work on myself and life. And, you know what I mean? You know how when
Yeah.
somebody
I'm
real
still
like
seeing
yourself
my
give you some
therapist.
work.
Preaching.
If you
I
don't
gotta-
see them, they might be working on what you done said. But now I'll come back anytime I'm invited.
Yo,
Anytime I'm
because
invited,
my
King.
therapist is world renowned. My psychotherapist, not that anything's wrong. Sometimes you're gonna need someone to listen to, other than your father.
Yeah.
You're gonna just to listen to you, because sometimes you gotta speak. You're gonna have to speak. Sometimes you gotta let it out. You gotta let it out, and he just listens.
Tracy, sorry to interrupt. Kenny's got to catch a flight soon. We could just.
You gotta get on the plane. You want to take
Yeah.
my jet?
Ooh, talking that talk.
I
No,
got
listen,
the G6
listen.
right at T, bro.
Yeah. If
Floyd ain't the only one with a jet. I'm just on the low with mines, man.
If she
You know,
don't want
Floyd
it,
is my dude.
If she don't want it, I do.
You know, Floyd is my guy, right?
Dev's like, yo, you
His mother's the biggest Tracy Morgan fan. Whenever I
in
perform in
Detroit.
Vegas, I'm getting ready to do
We got to
Vegas
tell
in
another Rumble
November.
story. How
I'm
he
doing
just,
Vegas
killed
and fly
Tracy
to Hawaii.
Morgan just for the
Yeah, we
plane.
link up. I live in Vegas.
You live in Vegas?
Maybe
So
it's-
y'all coming to the show?
We'll tell the story to Molly
How many
Crowell,
tickets you
by the
need?
way.
We'll let your sister know.
Nah, you get my number directly, dude.
Yeah.
Bill, get my number directly.
Nah,
You
that's
holla.
what we do here. We connect the dots here, family. This is all family.
This, yo, Pecas, Kenny.
connected dots.
This was a great interview, and I thank the
Thank
Lord that y'all allowed
Thank
me
you,
to be a
guys.
part of it.
And I'm so
Thank you.
excited to
Thank
And
you.
I hope I didn't talk much.
No.
I just had a lot to say
you,
to y'all.
Not
I got a lot to remember.
There you
I
go.
was very, yo, when they told me y'all was coming here, I was very excited.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I just saw
guys.
you
Yo,
on
thank you
TV,
guys.
and I saw you
Yes.
on just yesterday.
Yeah.
Right
And
in
it's
my
so
office.
crazy. I know y'all been doing a lot of interviews and stuff, but I hope you had a good time.
No,
You were
we
comfortable
definitely
with
did.
your
Yo,
family,
yo,
you know what I'm
Bill,
saying?
you don't see the Michael Jackson glove right there?
Yeah.
You got a
Michael Jackson wore
glove.
that in Nuremberg, Germany.
Oh, we need that for rally. We
And I
should-
got
we
a,
should-
I got a glass in my
Right, the
office.
rally. We should
That was
have
on the
that.
Titanic.
Let him know.
The hip hop thing.
Yeah.
I got the bowling alley. I
Yeah.
got the Shark Tank.
Hey, listen, don't forget, Dev got the fight coming up. We want to wish him good luck, right? December 9th.
Yes, thank you.
We got to
Thank you,
talk about
guys.
that. Where you fighting, San Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah.
All right,
San
so what we're
Francisco.
going to make sure is we're going to do is Tracy's going to get the jet, and we're all going to go to
We're
the
all gonna
fight.
go.
You like that? There you go, baby. We got it here live on Connect the Dots.
Thanks
Kenny,
for
we had a
joining.
good time, right?
We had an amazing time.
Rumler's the only guy to break Tracy's balls for talking too much to get you back in the flight. But you know,
That's
so
his job.
respectfully, that's his job. That's
But
his
thank you
job.
so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. We'll be at that fight, man. Much
Another one in
love
the
and
bag.
respect. All right.
Also, quick shout outs to C4 Smart Energy because Devin is also a athlete with them. So it's always great to bring people on both sides in. So
Yes, ma'am. That
We love
C4
that.
energy for
That's
sure.
right. One love.
keeps us going.
And 3, 2,